Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be a quick video on answering just one simple question. Why are my crops not growing? As far as I'm concerned, there are three main reasons you may not notice growth, and I'm going to cover all of those reasons in this video. I get this comment all the time, so I figured it's worth it. But let's say you're just fast forwarding time like I am right now. You have something planted in this field. It is just simply not growing. As you can see here, nothing is happening. It's dark out. Next day, everything is moving along just fine. Nothing is happening. So why is that? Well, there's a few things. It's kind of like I mentioned. The first thing I would say that could be happening is make sure that whatever you've done to this field, you've actually planted it. Make sure you've actually planted crops. The way to check that, if we go in the main menu here, you can see all my fields are not in great shape. But if we go to growth, so this, normally it'll come in here default on this setting over here if you're on the map. We're going to scroll over until we get to growth right here. So on growth, there's a lot of different states on here. There's a few of these we need to pay attention to that we're looking for to see if something is growing. So a couple ones that we're going to pay attention to. I'm going to get rid of a few of these on here. Just like this. So if something is growing after you fast forwarded a few days, it'll be green, which we don't have anything green right here. So that is why this isn't growing. And if it's orange like this, that means it's ready to harvest. And if it has this right here, that means it's a root crop or sugar cane or something like that that has kind of a topper on it that you have to remove, but you can also harvest it then. But anyhow, that means it's ready to go. If it is brown like this, that means it's completely grown and it's withered, it's dead. You're not going to get anything out of it. But in the case of this field right here, well, nothing's popping up because we haven't actually planted anything. So that's probably the first thing. Just make sure whatever you did is you planted it. It could have been you drove over the field without having the seeder on or without having the seeder lowered. I mean, there's all sorts of different ways you could have gone about it and not getting it done. Make sure you actually use the seeder correctly. Now let's move on to the next thing you can kind of see. All right, so next, let's say the next kind of thing we'll kind of see here. Let's say I have planted this field and I made sure I did it right. I'm not seeing anything day after day. I'm fast forwarding time here. If I go on the menu on the map, yes, it shows it's growing. So something is happening or supposed to be happening. Okay, well, what could this issue be? So if I just kind of slow things down here for a second and we take a look in the menu, scroll down to this little tractor with the gear icon here, and then check in here under seasons. Over here, seasonal growth, I have it on, which is great. That means you're using the crop calendar here. We planted oats in March, easy peasy. But if we go back down here, and I have this set at 28 days. What that means is before any change in that crop is going to happen, it's going to take 28 days in game because this is 28 days per month what I have it set to. If I lower that down to 1 day, theoretically every day something will change. However, if you change this immediately, what I have noticed, if I then go ahead and fast forward time again, theoretically now, if everything goes to plan, the next day should have changed it. Nothing has changed here. Okay, the next day, let's see, nothing's still changing. And if we look up here to crop count, the reason being is we're still stuck in March. So you can see it's still ticking through very slowly through March. So to actually get this to reset, you're going to have to save your game, exit out, and then load back in, and that'll kind of reset it. Otherwise, your months are going to continue as 28-day months. All right, and finally, I have this field planted with corn. It's the appropriate season, all that good stuff. If I just speed up time here, well, nothing's happening. So what's going on with that? Another very common thing is we go back down to this tractor icon and we scroll down in here. You again have days per month in here under seasons, but seasonal growth, if you have paused set on here, nothing will grow. Nothing will grow at all. If I have seasonal growth on, yes, things will grow. If I have it set to no, things will grow because it's not in seasonal growth anymore, but things will still grow. So make sure you don't have it set to pause. Make sure you change it to yes or no because you might have loaded in and had no set and then just moved it over because you wanted to turn seasonal growth on, but you actually just paused the game. And as you can see that I've turned the setting off, it's back working again. If I turn it back to yes, it's going to keep going. So that is another very common issue that you run into when it comes to crop growth. But hopefully this quick video was helpful for you guys and helps you guys make sure your crops are growing if you're new to the game or you didn't know how the settings worked. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.